Cool. Do this. Yeah, my cat was sitting right here next to me, purring up a storm. He's very, very happy this week. With flickering heart. I've been playing a lot of Shadow of Mordor. I've been having a lot of fun with it. So we'll see. Maybe eventually I'll do like a 1 hour a designer considers. I don't know, something where I don't spend an entire playthrough going through it, but where I still nevertheless take a look at it from a designer perspective. Wild Britsire, every time I play this game, for like the next 3 days, my wife tells me that I walk around humming the music constantly. It's a really good song.
Oh, you right, slug it between the eyes.
Look, another
Right, so
one.
we're trying to catch a
You
succubus.
let one human in, and in no time, you've got a swarm.
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor is a demanding game. Graphically quite demanding. I've got like a GTX 680 or something like that, and it can't quite. Like I'm on less than medium
I'll say
setting.
it again. Humans are strange.
Yeah, Huthor, I noticed that when you follow Ratbag, if you get close enough to him, you just auto follow him, and that was really nice. I noticed that, and I thought of you guys. Kids TV, yeah, Boned, I'm using a new microphone today, so my voice is a little lower than usual. Is the volume difference between the game and my voice problematic now, guys? Let me know. The story, Shades TV, it's not a Tolkien game, but it is a great game. The story is that I was murdered and I've come back to life, and now I'm murdering orcs just by the dozens. That's basically all of the story I've seen so far. Game volume's a bit high. I'd rather boost my mic again because I've got my game volume quite low on the computer, actually. So let's do that. Audio. One more of those. Boonk. I'll do that, and testing 1 2, just trying to find the right place to drop my my noise gates. Cool. Is that better? Sound in game versus the sound of my voice. We're at a better threshold now. One of the interesting things about Shadow of Mordor is that it's a really fun game. It's a really well done game, but the story that you're playing through is that you're just going around and just like slaughtering an entire race creature and torturing them and terrorizing. You basically literally play as a terrorist for a society game. And of course they're orcs and they're evil, so you know, whatever. But on the other hand, like, you really are like a bad person to these orcs. And in Tolkien's world, like, one of the things that separated the world of men from the armies of Sauron is that they were very sort of like merciful and kind, caring even of their enemies. Even orcs, they would say, didn't treat them poorly. Yeah, brilliant, Master. That's my impression as well. The story in that game seems a bit out of place. The gameplay series. I haven't gotten far enough to really dig into the story, but I'm loving my playthrough. It's fantastically. Sounds still a little loud. All right, I'll lower it now. So I don't really want to sell things. What I really want to do is have fun. Let me do that first. Yeah, Balin. That's also the point of the movie I Am Legend, even more so in the book. That was the total point of the book, because in the book the creatures in I Am Legend, well, no. I won't spoil. Read the book I Am Legend. Different from, very good.
So it's really haunted.
It is. They should make it a mandatory pilgrimage for young clerics. They truly believe in the afterlife.
Trying to figure out where the inn is again. See, this is it? Yeah. Yes. Good.
Regards.
Mike is cutting out. There we go. I adjusted my noise gate a little bit. That might be better. Flipping at the end is... Ooh. Okay, there we go. I adjusted the release time a little bit as well, so that when my voice dips at the end of sentences, you guys can still...
Rest. Ah, how can I...
I'd like to access storage. So, store. I'm no longer interested in using that because I'm using that one. Axe. Ellen's first map. Ballista mechanism fragment. Okay, wait. Iron ore. Was in Harpy Claw. Wow. Wow, look at that. That's awesome. I should use throwing daggers. I didn't even know I had that. Golden sword. Hey, Vigilia Mortis, welcome. No, I haven't played Wasteland 2. I saw DJ Wheat playing it a little bit. It looked okay. Like it looked like a good game. It didn't necessarily immediately grab me from watching him play it. Aran skins. Awesome. Fragment, timber, yeah. Lots of timber. Harpy saliva, eyes, hammer. I have so many crafting components and I kind of have no idea what they're for. Like, I don't find myself needing to craft things in this game. Wine and wood and elephant's trophy. Harpy trophy, wow, +4 armor, dang. I wish that alchemy components didn't weigh anything, because ultimately I want to carry those around on me all the time. But I also want to get as many of them as possible, because I know that, I'm just gonna burn through a bunch of it. Wow, I have so much stuff in my inventory. And formulas. My formulas take weight? That's impressive. Like, it's a challenge, right? Because you want the verisimilitude of not being able to carry everything. But at the same time, you want the player to be able to carry what they need. Just all this stuff doesn't weigh anything at all, so that's good. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Brilliant Master. The reason that I don't play with mods is because I'm trying to see specifically what the designers intended. Because they put the weight system in for a reason, and I'm wondering why. Because then they also give you access to infinite storage. It's strange. It's like they don't want to limit what you can have, they just want to limit what you can bring with you. But I don't know why, because the game isn't really about bringing the right items with you ahead of time. I don't know. Worth thinking about. Hey! So, time to rest until midnight. What? Okay. I have to rest outside of the village in order to walk into the... Probably they did that because there's some kind of event, and you need to move through a trigger in order to activate the event, and so if you rest inside of the trigger area, it doesn't correctly trigger the event. That would be my guess, if I had to guess why they were making me rest outside. I think I'm on hard difficulty, Oscar and L. Certainly drink a swallow. And yeah, why not a wolf? Huthor makes a good point. He likes all the little inconsistencies in a game's design, considering that The Witcher 2 was CD Projekt Red's second game. It shows growth since The Witcher 1, but still room to improve. Yep, absolutely. And yeah, Dragoon 3.0, I stored all of my items at the inn. And there's no cost for that. I can just go and store them. Karuva says it sounds like the developers weren't properly aligned with what the end goal was. I don't know about that. It's hard to say. I mean, design is hard.
Can we go? I can't wait to meet this monstrous beauty.
Her beauty's killed several men.
Now you tell me.
Like my friend Dandelion says, we all have to die of something. I'll have my eye on you at all times.
So will she.
Don't let her kiss you.
I don't usually deny women foreplay, but I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
Well, how should we begin?
Oh, definitely if our bodies.
If our bodies could a song compose. We'd admire our virtues, me yours, and you mine. I could pet your cheeks. You might twiddle my nose. Or grasp me elsewhere and leave me satisfied. No, that didn't come out right.
Dude.
If our bodies could a song compose, we'd admire our virtues, me yours and you mine. I could pet your cheeks. You might twiddle my nose. Or treat it as a morsel upon which to dine. No, that didn't come out right. If you wish, my love, at my side to repose, my heart would inquire of your hands pale and fine, if they'd grasp it gently to hold like a rose. Or treat it as a morsel upon which to dine. No, that didn't come out right. If you wish, my love, at my side to repose, we'd admire our virtues, me yours and you mine. I could pet your cheeks. You might twiddle my nose. Or grasp me elsewhere and leave me satisfied. No, that didn't come out right.
What?
If you wish, my love, at my side to repose, my heart would inquire of your hands pale and fine, if they'd grasp it gently to hold like a rose. Or treat it as a morsel upon... No?
Alright.
Pearls before swine, I swear. I'll tell you one thing, Geralt. That succubus knows true art about as well as Zoltan knows table manners.
Oh no!
Damn it.
Okay. Take that, you wraiths. What? Is my quest just gone? Oh, dude, I just, like, failed it. Huh. Well, dang. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Yeah, that's just gonna come back to me later. Alright, I think it's... Rose of Remembrance, a source of power, an immortelle, and some royal blood.
Is it my imagination, or have you become a propaganda mouthpiece for the court?
You know what I really like about this place? There is no court. People are with Saskia because they want to be, not because they have to or should be.
You have a tendency to go from one extreme to the other.
And you have a tendency to shit on every ideal, even the most noble.
I try to take an objective view of the world.
Yet you've joined us. You have, haven't you?
I'm on Vergen's side, at this time.
Don't want to commit, eh? Well, Vergen isn't some whore you can just screw and forget.
I just want to make sure that woman named Vergen doesn't end up screwing me.
Let me see if I understand your position correctly. Kiss my right cheek, kiss my left cheek. Just don't kiss me on my butthole.
Whenever I see that stupid
exactly
romantic spark
Dandelion.
in your eyes, I just know I'll have to haul your ass out of some new swamp very soon.
Oh, screw you and your help. Lots of humans, dwarves, even elves around here would follow me into fire.
I hope you're right about that. One thing's for sure. Letho's not on this side of the fog.
If you wanted to pursue the assassin, you should have gone to Henselt's camp with Roach.
Just because I went after Triss doesn't mean I've forgotten about Letho.
Why do you care so much? It's not your coop or your chickens.
My reputation's a little more important than hens in a coop. Until I find Letho, I'll be considered a murderer.
No one thinks you're a Kingslayer here.
You're dead wrong. They treat me well because they need me. That could change in an instant.
You're probably right. Let's say you catch him. What then?
He'll pay for his crime.
Punishments vary.
But there's only one punishment for murder. Yorvith seems to have changed.
Everyone changes here. Except you, of course.
I'm not sure I like changes of that kind. I find them hard to believe.
You're an idiot. Saskia's giving Yorvith a chance. If he uses it well, he'll finally be able to emerge from that hole in the ground he's been living in for years. That's the least of it. If he plays his cards right, he can win everyone's respect. People only remember what they want to remember.
I suppose you're right. A free state in the Pontar Valley could turn Yorvith from a brigand into a knight.
Which is why it's useless to wonder why he's changed. I wouldn't trust him with my child. But who knows what he'll become?
My memories and feelings seem inextricably linked. I seem to be recovering both. I believe Yennefer's alive, and I'll eventually find her.
Triss, Yennefer, that's some life you lead, my friend.
First off, we have no idea if Yennefer's still alive. Second, we have no idea if Triss is alive.
True. You seem to have two women, when in fact, you don't even have one.
Their kind doesn't die easily. I believe I'll find Triss, alive.
And Yennefer?
I won't know what to do about her until I see her.
Schrodinger's partners.
My memory's coming back. It's just bits and pieces so far, but I can feel them coming together, forming a whole.
What have you remembered?
The voyage, an endless trek south. I was following Yennefer and the Wild Hunt. I have no idea how long. It got cold. Only old people were left in the villages I passed through, but they all refused to tell me what had happened to the young, to their children. I finally pressed a man for information. He blamed it on wolf packs, on an outburst of drowners and rot fiends. No one mentioned the Wild Hunt.
Did you catch up to the hunt?
I don't know.
Got anything you can follow?
I'm looking. You once mentioned some elven poems about the hunt.
I believe I said they could exist, and they'd be old. I don't know any, but look around. You're pretty good at finding things.
So let's see this poem. There's 3 options. No idea. Crazy Games is asking, how much would you miss playing The Witcher 2 without having played The Witcher 1? I don't think you'd miss a whole bunch. Like, I played The Witcher 1 2 or 3 years ago, and I don't really remember very much of it. You could probably just watch a YouTube video on the lore and get caught up quite easily. I enjoyed it, but it was definitely a product of its time. Psychocrop makes a good point. He says it's a little bit weird that we're having this conversation and then fairly casually in the middle of where those wraiths came from. That's a good point. Something I don't think about actually, because I'm a designer, and like I just sort of know that they'd have to do a lot of work to change his conversation options based on where he is. But it's a really good point. It's actually very funny, the things that you start to think about when you're a designer and the things that you stop thinking about when you're a designer, because I accept certain strange things about video games because they're video games. They're video games. Just the way they do things. Like an NPC having exactly the same conversation options wherever he is. But people who play less games or are not designers, not exposed as deeply to them, can often look at that and say, hey, it's really weird that you can't jump over this little, like, you know, bench in order to get down that alley that's blocked off. Or, you know, like in Batman, you have this foam that you can blow through walls with, but you can't get through a chain-linked fence. Okay, so somehow I have to get these ingredients, and I have no idea where or how. Aurora's asking, would you say it's hard not to see not see behind the curtain now that you've had a glimpse of it? You can't look at a video game without seeing behind it. It's more that I look at them in different ways, right? Like someone who doesn't play a lot of video games would say it's really weird that you can't get down that alleyway, or it's really weird that there's an invisible wall here. And I see it and I say, like, invisible walls are always awful, but if you block it off with like a little low piece of rubble, I'm not going to have any complaints about it. Even though that still doesn't make sense. But then when I look at video games myself, I'm saying, you know, why did they choose this kind of combat system? Why did they choose to have weight in your inventory? What does it do?
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
So someone else who might just say, man, it's annoying that I have to sell stuff all the time because there's weight.
Don't try anything.
I'd like to think that I can actually look at that and try to discover the reasons for it. Oh, Rose of Remembrance, the source of the power, immortality, blood, and I've got one of those. Which one? I think it's the Dwarven Immortelle, because quest items. Yeah. There we go. Hello, Skvalen. Free X Space is asking a very interesting question. He says, am I wrong? I don't think The Witcher 2 is better than The Witcher 1. So, to you, I would say, Free X Space, you're definitely not wrong, but you're going to have to justify. So, tell us, why do you think The Witcher 1 is better than The Witcher 2?
A Witcher.
Of Remembrance. Chris has the Rose of Remembrance. Source of the power. Royal blood. Bye, Vigilia Mortis. Thanks for sticking around. What house is this again?
You wanted to discuss something?
I found an immortelle.
Excellent.
Ah, that's it. What are my biggest design takeaways from this game, from a designer's perspective, as asking Karuva? It's hard to say. Haven't yet learned any big lessons, I don't think.
You wanted to discuss something?
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
2 of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demoven's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Yorvith, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the Elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
What's going on?
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demoven's son.
Why?
The Dragonslayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
Hey, time to get some royal blood.
Dogs growl at cats. Cats hiss at the dogs. A noble's a wolf to a peasant.
Forget those animalistic similes and take care of it. I'll try to locate Triss. And should anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Sounds like there will be plenty of that. Like, you know, let's just get it. Guys, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and then I'll be back and we'll continue with plenty more of The Witcher 2. Sounds like my cats are chasing each other. Alright, be right back.